Hey, welcome to the Red Sea. My name is Jesse. Before you jump into that video, make sure you visit KoolAidMan100x.com to get custom ebooks and other things that's available on the website. Link will be in the description below. Also visit the NFL shop to get yourself some Kansas City's Chiefs gear and your own personal team gear as well. And also, all the other sponsors will be in the description below. Now back to Kool-Aid.
Yo, what's up, guys? This your boy KoolAidMan100x. Welcome to the Red Sea. How you guys doing? So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping in Green Bay Packers Offensive Playbook. We're going to be jumping into the gun bunch spread. We're going to be looking at a play called the Cheat Flood. I thought this was an interesting play. I have not saw this. Probably did on YouTube, but I don't know. I haven't saw it, so I thought this was an interesting. It was between the Cheat Flood and the Cheat Slot Cross. I might go over the Cheat Slot Cross. I don't know, but pretty much self-explanatory first. But I don't know. But this Cheat Flood was interesting. So, once again, y'all already know. The cool concept about this play is that we're not going to do, if y'all don't know the 5 and 1 theory, make sure you become a member of the YouTube channel. Y'all know what the 5 and 1 theory is, so I'm not really going to go through it. So if y'all want to get a full breakdown synopsis of it, my 5 and 1 theory on to be able to use any play in Madden or the future Maddens or any Madden that ever come out in the future, this will be the theory that will live on. So yeah, 5 and 1 theory. So so the 5 and 1 theory is when we look for our 1 behind the line and our 2 that gets us 5 yards. So we need to look for 2 or 3 to players. So our 0 is our quarterback in case we got to run. So yeah. So what we're going to be focusing on is finding our 1. So our 1 is probably going to be 10 depending on how he runs the route. So when I practice plays here, I like to see what's available. If I'm throwing picks, if I'll be able to throw it too fast, do I have to wait on the delay for the play? How would it opens up other things, in case I have to utilize it better. So I really want Pacheco to be my 1, but it's looking like, he only works in situations where they're playing zone. So that route is not going to be it can be adjustable, but in this instance, it will only work in situations where the blitzing and they're playing zone. So we can't really make him our 1 and see how, it's not going to work. So our 1 is probably going to be our 1. So our number 1 is going to be R1 and our 5 is going to be circle. So R1 and circle. So that's actually going to be our drop off there. If we're not doing any adjustments, that's going to be our drop off. So we have to understand that. So now we figured out our 1 and 2. So our 1 is cool. So we actually get a break there. So this gives us a chance and opportunity here. So what I do like about this route is that he breaks behind the line, which is very interesting, which what Kelsey does, he's already behind the line. So he's at the 1. So what I love about it, he gives you a delay. He delays a little bit here after this delay, and he steps. He runs pretty much a yard out, and he gets this nice little catch. And you already know Kelsey and any big tight end go against a corner or a linebacker, pretty much a done deal. He could break a tackle. So I pretty much got open field there and 2 blockers. So now we found our 1. So our 2 is circle. Now circle is going to be kind of tricky, because we don't know if he's going to defend zone or not, outside. So if he goes deep, that's what I love about this play, because it gives you a mix there. So now we understand where Kelsey's going to be and what's the name is going to be, because Kelsey's going to be our 1 here on that right side flood situation. So now I understand that you can adjust triangle if you want, but if you're looking to do my 5 and 1 theory, it comes with the no adjustments. The theory is trying to run a play with no adjustments and opening up other routes. Now they're defending the flood heavy on the right side. So now you're understanding, like, okay, now this might open up him, but we can see now it's actually guarding him with 2 more people. So how can I get Pacheco to be open here? So I would say the motion with X is doable because he switches off out of that coverage. So now I actually got, that one-on-one coverage where I can actually force that safety line, safety linebacker one-on-one situation. Now, as you can see here, they're really heavy on the outside, and they should be able to get Pacheco open right there. But if we wait for Pacheco, he can throw that lineman, but sometimes that'd be the consequence you have to take. So the only way to make Pacheco work, you would have to adjust. So in general, if you're running 5 to 130, you wouldn't throw to him at all. So I'm not pretty much going to throw to him at all if I see him completely open. Because if he's not completely open in this instance here, you see, that's the only way I'm pretty much going to throw to him, if he's real just completely open. But I have to force the defense to play this way so I can get him open to get that type of play. So they have to commit to the blitz for me to open up Pacheco. So the only way it works for Pacheco is I have to get him to commit to the blitz. They have to commit to the blitz. Once I see the blitz, I'm like, okay, I can actually maneuver my way to the left and force them to give me more time. When I move myself to the left, now I can, force myself to give him more time. But if that's the case, R1 is going to be the guy mostly. Because once he get that, I can get this literally every time down the field. So R1 would be your guy. Now, the X route is kind of tricky because you playing on either man or zone, because how can I put it? You want to throw high, but you want to be able to throw. But if he one-on-one with a linebacker, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing. But you have to see it because some people don't come out in defenses like that. So you have to be mindful of what they're coming, because they can switch off very quickly. So into the corner situation. In this instance, see how the corner switches back to the, So you have to find, where that X button would be. That's why I say play on the R1, because this R1 route is so deadly out this formation. It's hard for them to actually defend because they have to catch circle before he either cuts inside or out. So just like I said, the theory between that is kind of deadly because they don't know who to guard. And now it's just opening up more fields down the way because it's giving the corner mixed signals. So you don't know who guarding who and who guarding, you know what I'm saying? So if you see that linebacker and they defend the corner, you can get an inside positioning or, switch to the, receiver to get that. So, but 9 times out of 10, R1 is probably going to be your go-to guy, especially if they blitz in from the slot. And this actually opens up so much more. So for my final theory of this, R1 is going to be your 1, your 5 is going to be circle, and your other 2 routes will probably be X or triangle. For square, for the fade, it's depending on the receiver you have there. Because you can put your faster receiver there and you can just, throw it up. But if you got a receiver that can, catch it like that, you're pretty much good at this instance. So I would just focus on just those routes, which would be R1 circle and triangle and X for your third. And that just opens up the play. And then R1 just makes it difficult. So now he has to defend that, but this gives, the inside throw to the linebacker and you just heave that up as much as you want. But if you're testing here with that R1 and they drop down and guard him and they don't see where the play is actually coming, you actually see the play being dissolved as soon as possible. So once you see the inside blitz like that, that means the play is dissolved. Now, the reason why I say 0, I don't even know why I'm playing that. I'm just playing in 5 to 130 because you see these gapping holes here for the blitzing. You'll be able to run them a little bit more effectively. So, yeah. But R1, circle, X, them your 3 guys. R1 to be your first, second, circle, third, X, fourth, triangle, square if you have the right receiver to catch those balls. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.